my WTF, my what the Farage moment, the big one today is New Zealand. Jacinda Ardern, the recently re-elected Prime Minister of New Zealand, held up by so many in the world to be this wonderful, fantastic, exciting woman. She's already endangered the Five Eyes special relationship by making it clear that New Zealand sees China, run by the Communist Chinese Party, she sees the relationship with them as being more important in many ways than her relationship with Australia, Canada, the USA or us. And she said it's full steam ahead in terms of our relationship with China. That is the future. No mention of the fact that it's run by a very nasty, brutal Communist Party. But now what she's done just, to me, strains credulity. One case of COVID, a 58-year-old man, one case of COVID, and she's locking down the whole country. The whole of the country for 3 days, including both islands. I mean, work that one out. And parts of the country for a full 7 days. And that means everything's closed. At least that is my understanding of it. Well, getting up early in the morning for us, I'm pleased. And joining me now from Wellington in New Zealand is broadcaster and journalist Rex Widerstrom. Rex, a very good early morning to you.
Good morning, Nigel, from a dark and stormy Wellington.
Well, it's good of you to get up for us, because you had nothing to get up for, really, did you? Because the offices are closed, public transport's not running, the schools are closed, and apart from hospitals, it's difficult to see what's open. What is going on, Rex? Help us.
Well, we've got supermarkets open, so the people who stampeded there last night to stock up on toilet paper will be disappointed to know they could have done that this morning if they'd only waited. And we've got pharmacies open for prescriptions, GPs for urgent appointments and that kind of thing. However, people are, as you can see in that photo, that's Auckland Airport last night. They're fleeing Auckland to try and get out of the 7-day lockdown into the 3-day lockdown. But look, based on her past performance, I don't think either of those figures are true. We were promised in the last harsh lockdown that it would be 4 weeks, and then, of course, it stretched out to 6, as she likes to say, out of an abundance of caution. So it's much easier to introduce a restriction and have people say, well, it's only for 7 days. They get used to it, and as that starts to come to an end, you pop up again and say, well, look, sorry, haven't quite got a handle on this. We're going to have to go to, twice that at least, I think.
But it's one case of COVID, and but both islands are being locked down. Where's the sense of that one?
Well, yes, it is puzzling, because the gentleman has been assiduous in his tracking, the use of the tracking app, so we know exactly where he's been. He's been around Auckland, and he's been around the Coromandel. He lives alone. He works with with his wife. He works with a very small number of people, so it would be quite easy to say, look, this is confined to a very small area. Make sure none of those people had travelled, for instance, to the South Island, and let the rest of us get on with our business. And this is what she did last time when there was an outbreak in Auckland. Auckland locked down, Wellington went to social distancing and those sorts of things, and we mainly got on with our lives. The panic this time is that they think this might be a Delta case. They don't actually know that yet, but she's pulled the emergency cord and brought the bus to a halt nonetheless.
And is the New Zealand public compliant with this, or is there a sense of outrage that this is just completely over the top?
Look, social media tends to suggest that, yet again, people are very compliant, and yet the system has been known for some time to be faulty in many respects. The border was supposedly completely closed. We've closed it again to Australia now. It's actually quite porous. There are people leaving New Zealand, visiting areas where there is quite severe COVID, India, places like that, and then being allowed back into the country. So, of course, this is spreading it further. The problem also with this particular gentleman is that there's no link to anything like that. He hasn't left the country. As far as he's aware, he hasn't been in contact with anybody that's left the country. So this case has just popped up in the middle of the community. And so that's also a bit of the cause of the panic. But to give you an idea of what's not working, if you are outside of New Zealand, or you're a New Zealander trying to come home, you look for Ministry of Quarantine places. A journalist just put a story out. He refreshed the page 10,000 times and he couldn't get a booking to get home. So clearly there's something wrong. I've had my first vaccination. The Director General of Health confessed last night he hasn't had his, and now they've closed the vaccine delivery centres. Now, if anybody's capable of dealing with somebody who may have COVID and continuing on with their work, it's a vaccine centre.
Welcome to the GB News YouTube channel. You can watch us live 24 hours a day, catch up on your favourite shows, and join in the conversation in the comments below.
Don't forget to subscribe and you'll never miss any of our exclusive content.